Hi, my name is Keith Mullen, and you might remember me from such Z-Fest films as Dead of Winter, Windage, and Percipient.
And my name is Marie LePage, and I am romantically and contractually obligated to Keith Mullen. You may remember me from such Z-Fest films as Macaroni Art and A Funny Thing Happened.
This year we signed up to be Team 1 for Z-Fest, and we had a really great idea for you guys.
But obviously we didn't make that because in December of 2018, our 7-year-old tabby cat named Papoy got seriously ill.
Her health declined really fast, and our world was turned upside down.
And on January 9th, Papoy died. And so honestly, we're just grieving and devastated, and we just don't have it in us to make a complex film for you this year.
So instead, we're going to share with you the life and death of a sweet, loving, hedonistic biscuit-making cat named Papoy.
The year was 2011. Keith and Marie had just bought their first home together in Brooklyn Center, and they were so excited to finally adopt a pair of kittens. Keith already knew he wanted a black cat named Trogdor. But this is not her story. This is the story of Papoy. Marie and Keith met their kittens at the Coon Rapids Humane Society. Their original names were super lame, Hannah and Sabrina. Well, fuck that. They were henceforth to be known as Papoy and Trogdor. Marie didn't have the same premonition that Keith did in selecting her kitten's name. Ultimately, though, she named Papoy using a word in the minion language of the film Despicable Me. It was quickly obvious that Papoy was a slut. A slut for cuddles and tummy rubs. If you had fingers, boy, you better get over here. Papoy was clearly a mama's girl. Wherever Marie went, Papoy would follow and demand cuddles and belly scratches. A night wasn't complete until Papoy finished making biscuits on her mom's neck. Papoy and Trogdor became very close while living in the LePage Mullen household. But it was very clear that Trogdor was the dom and Papoy was the sub. They were an odd couple, but it worked for them, and they kept each other company. In 2013, the household had a family meeting and decided to begin a philanthropic endeavor and foster kittens through feline rescue. Trogdor regretted agreeing to the household's expansion, but the rest of the household loved it, especially Papoy. She found herself enjoying being a foster mom to these precious, loving, and at times under-socialized kittens. She struggled to adjust when a new crew would arrive, but it didn't take long before she would be grooming and wrestling them all. Under Papoy's warm care, the household fostered more than 50 cats and kittens over 3 years. And so life went for many years. Papoy was a constant fixture in the LePage Mullen household, always on the hunt for belly scratches and cuddles, always ready to cuddle up when Keith or Marie wasn't feeling well, or whenever there was a spare hand not already involved with petting her. In December of 2018, when most savvy filmmakers are getting ready for Z-Fest, Papoy became ill. Marie and Keith spent the next 5 weeks bringing Papoy from appointment to appointment, emptying their savings, feeding Papoy through a tube, administering medications, talking with doctors, and trying to maintain their own sanity when the health of their little girl was quickly spiraling. Even while she was ill, Papoy still had time for cuddles and biscuits. On January 8th, it became clear that Papoy was not going to recover. It was revealed that she had carcinoma of the liver, gastrointestinal cancer, irritable bowel disease, and potentially pancreatic cancer. Even with treatment, her quality of life would remain very poor and be measured in weeks at best. On January 9th, 2019, Keith and Marie decided to have Minnesota Pets come to the LePage Mullen household.
I'm Christy Lehman. I'm the Director of Operations of Minnesota Pets, and I'm a licensed social worker. Minnesota Pets provides in-home euthanasia services for pets in the Twin Cities, and we provide transportation services for pets who pass away in the home, and we provide grief support for clients over the phone and via email. And being at home with your pet for euthanasia is often best for the pet because they don't have to be afraid on a car ride to a strange place, and often the vet is not the favorite place of your pet. And then you can be home where you're comfortable, where it's private. You can have your friends and family by you.
Keith and Marie said goodbye to their little girl while at home, sitting on their couch, holding her together in their arms. Loss and grief is a bitch. What do you do in a world where bad things happen to good cats? I guess you make a fucking film about it. Keith and Marie held fast to their motto of say yes to what is, as they accepted how Papoy's path unfolded, and further down the road, as they accepted and managed their own grief. Marie, Keith, and Trogdor miss Papoy deeply. There is a silence in their home, which is nearly unbearable. They accept this silence, this discomfort, this pain, they say, is the result of love. They seek to remember Papoy, to never forget what she taught them. They want to educate others about the practical things like euthanasia options and the need for pet insurance. They celebrate her by making their own biscuits, now that Papoy can't. They donated all of Papoy's extra medical supplies to Feline Rescue because Papoy was always a philanthropist. They even got paw tattoos to remember that Papoy's life was one of love, just like theirs.
Please get pet insurance.
If your pet needs a compassionate end to its life, please consider using an in-home euthanasia service.
Consider using compassion and creativity in your grieving process.
This film is for Papoy, for love, and for all the other little animals out there.
This film is for accepting and responding to what is.
Sorry about the dead cat film, and that you're crying now.